help of God?
Yes.
All right. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Savannah here. Do I keep my hand raised?
Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Savannah Harrison, and I am the child's mother.
Okay. And representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Andrea Perard.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Jared Frazier. Mr. Frazier was personally served on November 29th, 2021 at 7:01 p.m. And he has not made an appearance or filed an answer. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. However, the state did file a first amended to add additional language in regards to the modification of what we did send him notice of that and subsequent notice of this court date by certified mail.
Court will note that the notice of the court date was sent by certified mail, return receipt requested, which was delivered December 16th, 2022 in Spring, Texas. All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would call Ms. Harrison. Ma'am, in regards to the modification, you are requesting to modify the prior order that was signed on or about January of 2021. Is that correct?
Correct.
And within that order was actually a default order that only established the paternity of the child. No parties appeared, and the OAG non-suited our requests for all the other issues except for paternity. Is that correct?
Correct.
So at that time, we did not set any child support, any medical support, or retro. And so you've requested all of those issues to be set in this court order with the modification. Is that right?
Correct.
And you've also requested that we address conservatorship and possession and access, since those were not addressed previously either. Is that right?
Correct.
So in regards to this order, you have no objection to being named joint managing conservator with Mr. Frazier, with you designating the residence with a geographic restriction to Harris and contiguous counties. Is that correct?
Correct.
In regards to possession and access, how old is this child?
2.5.
2.5. So the child is under 3 years old, and Mr. Frazier has not had a relationship with this child. Is that correct?
Correct.
When was the last time that he saw the child?
When he was 6 months old.
So because of that, you were asking that if he decides to choose to have any visitation and access, that it be through a phase-in periods of possession of 5 periods each, beginning with supervision. And then once each of those 4 periods of 4 phases, of 5 periods each, once those are concluded and completed in full, then you have no objection to a standard possession order being entered in this case. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, for whatever reason, Mr. Frazier we have this case as flagged as non-disclosure as to his address and information. He's not here to inform the court why, but you have no objection to keeping his address and information out in this court order. Is that correct?
Correct.
We've just agreed that any possession and access will occur at the McDonald's, I believe, is it in Baytown? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, on Garth Road. Now, in regards to child support and medical support, we've been able to confirm that Mr. Frazier is currently employed at Ron Quality Construction. He's a construction supervisor. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. And that he averages a salary of $70,000 per annually. And so his average income per month is $5,833.33. And that's what we are using to set child support and medical support. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And he has 2 additional children that we've been able to confirm that he has a court order to provide child support and medical support for. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you have health insurance available to you through your employer. Is that right?
Correct.
And it costs you $214 for the child, for 2 children. And so you're requesting that he reimburse you for the cost of the 1 child, which is $107, beginning February 1 of 2023. Is that your understanding and agreement?
Yes.
And you also have dental available to you, but the cost is either zero or unknown. So there's no cash medical being reimbursed. Is that correct?
Correct.
So giving him credit for the cost of that health insurance, the credit for the 2 additional children he's court ordered to provide for, your child support will be set at $745 beginning February 1st of 2023. Is that your understanding and agreement?
Correct.
And you've also requested retroactive support from the date of birth up until now. Is that right?
Correct.
And the date of birth was May 4th, 2020 until now. And that came out to be $32,780. And you're requesting that Mr. Frazier reimburse you at $300 beginning February 1st of 2023. Is that your understanding and agreement?
Yes.
And that retroactive support was calculated using his current income because it's been the same consistently through the same employer since about 2019. Is that right?
Yes.
And did Mr. Frazier provide you any financial support for the child since the child was born?
Absolutely not.
That concludes the order, Your Honor. I pass my witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you.